Hi, it's Panda Movies here. Today, I'm going to explain the Black Mirror episode called USS Callister. Warning, there are spoilers ahead. Enjoy the video. Aboard a futuristic space battleship, USS Callister, are Captain Robert Daly and his crew. They are trying to defeat their arch-enemy, Valdack. The team successfully destroys Valdack's ship, but he manages to escape. However, the crew still celebrates their victory, and the captain, Daly, kisses both of his female crewmates. In reality, Daly is CTO at Callister Inc, a company that he founded together with James Walton, the CEO, which produces the multiplayer game, Infiniti. The famous game allows users to control a starship in a simulated reality. Despite being the rockstar captain in the game, Daly is actually treated poorly by his fellow employees, who appear identical to Captain Daly's crewmates. One of the newcomers, however, Nanette Cole, a programmer herself, praises Daly's work on Infiniti, but the more assertive Walton interrupts to take her on a tour. Daly returns home from a day at work and immediately opens a development build of Infiniti, which is moded to resemble his favorite television show Space Fleet. As Captain Daly, he berates the crewmates, strangling a subservient Walton, taking out his real-life frustrations on them. Cole continues to show appreciation and kindness for Daly, but Shania Lowry, another employee, warns her to beware of Daly. Daly takes this personally and takes a disposed cup of coffee with Cole's DNA and uses it to replicate her consciousness within his development build. Cole awakens aboard the USS Callister, confused and distraught. Lowry explains that they are digital clones of Callister Inc. staff members. Cole attempts to escape the ship but is teleported back to the bridge. She refuses to obey Daly's commands, so he removes her facial features, suffocating her until she relents. The crew embark on a mission in which they apprehend Valdack, choosing to spare his life. After the successful mission, Daly logs off and Cole concocts a plan on how to get them out of the game. She finds a way to send a game invite containing a message for help to the real-world Cole. The real Cole, confused with the message she received, asks Daly about it and he dismisses it as spam. Alarmed, Daly enters the game to interrogate his crew and transforms Lowry into a monster when she defends Cole. Once he departs, Cole begins to formulate a plan to get them out of there. She identifies a distant wormhole as an uplink to Infiniti's next update. She surmises that by flying into the wormhole, the firewall will delete them and they will die. Almost everyone was on board with the plan, except for Walton, who is very hesitant to help. He explains that Daly has previously recreated his son Tommy within the game, throwing him out of an airlock to punish Walton. Cole promises they will recover the lollipop containing Tommy's DNA. When Daly returns, Cole convinces him to take her on a mission to Skylline alone. As part of her plan to outsmart Daly, she strips to her underwear and runs to a nearby water. Daly hesitates at first, but eventually joins her, leaving behind the omnicorder which allows him to control the game. Meanwhile, the rest of the crew teleports the omnicorder onto their ship and uses it to access sexually explicit images of Cole on her PhotoCloud account. They use those photos to blackmail the real-life Cole into ordering a pizza to Daly's apartment and stealing the DNA samples while he answers the door. They then teleport Cole onto the ship. After irately accepting the pizza, he resumes play and immediately discovers that the crew are escaping. He commandeers a crashed spaceship to pursue them through an asteroid belt. The Callister collides with an asteroid, but Walton repairs the thrusters manually, incinerating himself, and the ship accelerates into the wormhole. The firewall detects Daly's modded build and locks his controls, rendering him physically unable to exit the game as it is destroyed around him. In the real world, Daly is sitting motionless. The crew reawakens in the unmodded version of Infiniti with Valdack and Lowry restored to human form. Now free, they continue their adventure, with Cole leading them after interacting with an annoyed user, Gamer691.